afternoon, good evening. It's your girl, Kumbi Sumo from Mirror House Concept. Once again, we're still on our title, Losing My Religion. And today I have my very, very good friend, become sister. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soul, inside and outside. And not to waste your time and not to waste my time, as always, I'm going to usher her in and have her introduce herself because she can do a way better job than I can. So hold on, don't go anywhere. This is gonna be interesting. Stay tuned. It's your girl, Shalua Dosun, Mirror House Concept. Holla at your girl. Any religious background, or holla at your girl. Being you Christian, Muslim, atheist, any religion, holla at your girl. Being you black, white, any cultural or ethnicity, holla at your girl. If you switched your religion to a different religion ever, holla at your girl. If you stop believing, holla at your girl. To share your story with the world, holla at your girl. Holla at your girl. Let's talk about this Mirror House Concept. Holla at your girl. I got you. Holla at your girl.
Hi, my name is Adebisi Showole, and I live in Illinois, Chicago, Illinois. How are you?
I'm good. I've been telling them, I said, this is my friend turned sister.
Oh, yeah. No other one.
No
Any
other
other
one.
one is a counterfeit.
Yes. Can you go ahead and tell us a little bit about your background, about your religious background, your family background, like a little bit about your history?
Okay. Well, I was born and raised in Lagos Island, and I was born in a Muslim family. And I grew up, with a Muslim background, and never, was into Christianity, was never exposed to Christianity. And, not until I met, my ex-husband, that, he introduced me to Christianity. And, I've been a Christian ever since that time.
Okay. Wow. So he brought you to church.
Yes, he did. But you know what? He actually brought me to Catholic church.
Okay.
So, yeah, we were in there for maybe 5 years.
Okay.
And when we came to the States, we decided to, join the Pentecostal church.
Oh, wow.
The first church we joined was Deeper Life Church. So we went there for a year. And then after that, we crossed over to, Redeemed Christian Church in Chicago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice. So,
so I actually got baptized in Christian Church.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's really good to hear.
Yeah.
So, so growing up as a child, I'd like to go back to when you were a child, which was in the mosque, right? So, what did you go to the Muslim school?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Actually, when I went to nursery school, I actually went to a Christian school.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But not knowing to me, because as a child you don't know anything.
Yeah.
So, but I thought after thinking back, I think that was the thing that shaped my life.
Oh,
because,
okay.
my parents, even though they were Muslims, but they're not the extreme Muslim.
Okay.
So we're taught to look at things in a wild variety of ways. So like I said, I went to nursery school, Christian nursery school, and then my elementary school is also Christian school.
Oh, wow.
But my high school, I went to a Muslim school.
Okay.
So either way, I think I grabbed little bit things from each background. I can't just say that growing up in a Muslim home, that I didn't learn something or two there, and then also going to Christian school that I did not learn things there. I think both of them shaped the kind of person I am today, because I can look at both sides, even though I was still young that time, but I was able to look at both sides and said, you know what, this is what is going on that time, and this is how I see things now. I'm not going to fault each religion, because each of them believe in what day one.
Yes.
Whereas for me,
Yes.
being a Christian now, I was able to tap into, the gospel, what, the gospel want me to understand.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean that, the religion I was, brought up in is now good. To them, it's okay. And I understand that, but for me, nobody can ever tell me to go back there again.
Yeah.
Because I knew better now.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So, as a growing up as a kid, did you ever pray the Muslim way? Did anybody teach you how to pray the Muslim way?
I went to mosques, I mean, we wake up from 5 o'clock in the morning, which I hated. Oh my God. I hated it with passion. But you know what? It's part of our life because my mom was the defining, person in my life. As far as the religion, my father, was a Muslim before he died. So he practiced Muslim all his life. As a matter of fact, his father was, the, imam, of a mosque.
Oh wow!
It's just like you're saying, pastor's child. My father was the imam's, child.
Oh,
so
wow.
Both of them, grew up, really, really into the religion. But you know what? I appreciated the fact that they didn't, I'm like. Even though, we were brought up in, Muslim way, but we're not, like bombarded with it, like, oh, you have to, accept my religion because, this is, who we are. No, my parents were never like that. So, growing up as a Muslim, yes, I prayed, 5 times a day because, my mom requires that from us. My dad requires that from us.
Yeah.
But, I don't think I understand it that,
Okay.
So the impact of it, I don't think I understand it that time.
Okay.
Because as a child, you basically, you
just
go with what your parents want you to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand? So, but as an adult, when I chose, to convert to Christianity, I can only talk about that. Because as a child, growing up in a Muslim, I really didn't know much about it that much. Even though I'm told to do it, to go to mosque,
to please mommy and
but
dad.
it's not something that I wanted.
Okay,
it's what my parents want us to do. And as a child, you have to obey your parents.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, especially African parents.
Yes. So,
when daddy and mommy, when they say, okay, time to go to the mosque or let's go for Friday prayer at the mosque, is there anything you think of that you go, this is not so bad? Why not? Maybe friends, maybe there's something they do there that you want to be part of, like, oh, let's go, I'll go.
Not really, to be honest. Like I said, my both parents, they're not really extreme with us, if they go to, mosque on Friday, if we don't want to go, that's okay.
Okay.
But if we want to go, that's okay too.
Okay.
So it wasn't like, we were forced to do it by force, like, oh no, you have to go to, mosque. No. I'll be, saying different things otherwise,
Oh, okay.
If I say that. So it's not really, but it's something because, in my neighborhood, 99.9%, of the people that live there were Muslims. Okay. So you see people doing it. So you
it's a
do
community
it
thing. Okay.
But it wasn't forced. My parents didn't force it on us.
Okay.
But you know what? We see, our colleagues, going to mosque. Yeah, we go,
Okay.
Go with the flow.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't something that, my parents really forced on us.
Yeah, so it's not, okay, it's odd. I don't want my friends to see me. You were all going to the mosque and all that. That's
it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that.
I know you said that the mixture of the mosque and the church molded you into the woman you are today. Do you think, besides that, do you have people in your life that modeled modeled Christ to you, or modeled
actually it's not even the adult that surrounds me. It was actually the kids of my age that time. Oh, because I remember there's something that's stuck with me ever since as during my childhood. I remember, even though we're 99.9% of my neighborhood people Muslim, they were Muslims, but there's this particular family, they're Christian at that time, and their children, we're all the same age, and I remember when they went to church on Sunday, even though I didn't know anything about church. Remember, I've never been to church in my life, when I was growing up. Don't even know what they do there, but I remember those family, that particular family, going to church every Sunday. And when they come, their children, and this is the, the most, thing that, really I remembered that, when they come to play with us, they bring, I don't know if you remember this golden Bible with, animation.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Yeah, they will bring it. And I'm so fascinated with that, Bible, even though I didn't know what was written on it, in it. But the mere fact that,
the look,
the picture, the animation, animated, picture, that was there, really, brought, me to want to, look into it more. I didn't, like I said, I wasn't reading anything, but I love those pictures. I see, the Goliath when they, is, fighting. I see, when the sea is roaring, all those things. So I'm so fascinated, by that. So I remember that, golden Bible.
Yeah.
And I wish, because I always told my children about this particular story, that I wish I can, get my hands on that Bible.
I know. I don't think there's anyone. I tried. Yes, I tried to look for it. I
loved it,
anymore.
Yeah, they don't have it anymore. I really love that Bible.
Yeah.
Because for me as as a young kid, it really opened my eyes to different religion, even though I didn't know about it. But that particular Bible, I think they need to do it, they need to come up with that kind of a Bible thing, for children, because, you'll be surprised. Just give, children anything animation.
Yeah, because that brought
the
Bible alive.
Yes. And that was what, that was imprinted in my imagination from that time. Because I still remember those, that Bible, during those times, so I loved it. I didn't know what it was, but, I know it was golden, and there's this, all kinds of beautiful animation there.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, was it only, I do understand that you said as a child, you were drawn to the Christian community also. But what encouraged your decision to switch from being a Muslim to a Christian?
Actually, it was, after, I was already married.
Okay.
I was still in my, my early 20s, and not even, I think, I was, 19 going into my 20s, I remember, going with my husband, my ex-husband, to the Catholic church, and I loved the music there.
Okay.
I remember we're not in Nigeria, we're actually in the island.
Yeah.
And, I remember going with him, and the beautiful, orchestrated, music draw me to also. It wasn't the, preaching or anything like that. It was just like that, like I said, as a child, the picture, the golden Bible picture.
Yes.
And as an adult, it was the music. When I went with my ex-husband, even though I didn't know what they were doing there, but I remember, and it was, and how Catholic, with these organs, all those, how, this. So I was, happy, to be going there because of that, because of the music. Because I'm always, eager to go there on Sunday, because I knew I'm going to hear, music.
Yeah.
So that is the thing that drew me as an adult, to that, to the Christianity, the Catholic, church. Remember, like I said, I still haven't, I didn't have a hold, like a grab to what it is, about Christianity. But like I said, the song, into my adulthood was the thing that drew me first into it.
Okay, I like that. I know you said your community and your parents also played a role in your view of being a Muslim. And in the Christian world, besides the amazing Bible and the music, did anybody else encourage you besides your ex-husband? Did anybody else encourage you not to, like that made you say, you know what, I'm just going to convert? Or is it just?
No, not really.
It's just
honestly
from your heart.
Not really. It was just, I think, for me, and, I don't want to sound like, it's a cliche or something like that. But for me, I think personally that, God was already establishing in my heart,
I think so
the
too.
Christianity from the time I was a child.
Yes.
Remember, I grew up in a Muslim home. Never, know any Christianity in my life. I've never been to church in my life.
Yeah.
But, from nursery school till, elementary school, God, implanted, that little girl,
planted.
which, she was my age. As a matter of fact, she passed away a long time ago.
Oh,
Remember it was, her golden Bible that I first, realized that, oh, there's such thing like this.
Yeah.
And then from my, elementary school, the Christian school that I went to, the singing of the Christian song, all those things. And then now with my ex-husband, going to Catholic church. And then, so I felt that, God, was doing it in my heart slowly. So by the time, it was time for me to convert. I mean, like, meaning, I won't even say convert because, all this time, that I've been going, to church with my ex-husband, I really didn't, convert to Christianity. I was actually still praying as a Muslim and then still going to Catholic church with him. So not until I actually got to redeem, remember that I told you that, I went to,
Catholic.
The other one,
Deeper Life.
Deeper Life.
Yes.
Yes, I learned, some things there. But then when I went to Redeem in Chicago, I started, then putting everything, it's like a puzzle. You start putting things together, like, now this makes sense. Oh, this, this is what it is. Oh, this is. Then that time, from when, I mean, it wasn't like anybody pushed me to, be a Christian or anything. Like, it was time for God to actually, come into my life and say, this is the time.
Fruitful.
And I remember, standing up, it wasn't even, the preaching they said in the church or anything like that. It was just that, God was ready for me that. And then, I remember, standing up and just accepting Christ as my Lord and Savior. And even my ex-husband was shocked because nobody see it coming. Even though I was going to church, like I said, with him, I was still, practicing my, Muslim.
Yeah.
Because that's what, I learned, I knew. That's what, I grew up with. So I was still, doing that. But I remember, when, while I was married to him, I remember his family members, didn't like the fact that I was still praying as a Muslim. They didn't like it. But I remember I always, told my ex-husband that time that, what, I think, people should not force, their own view on people. Let God lead that person's heart. Yeah. Because no matter what you do, if you push, that person may not even care to do it. But when God is ready for that person, believe me, not even Lucifer.
The person, yes, amen.
It's true. So when God was ready for me that time, I was not even prepared for it. It wasn't like, I went to church knowing that, I'm going to give my life to Christ today. No. And it wasn't like I said, the preaching was all about that day. It has nothing to do with it. It was just God, letting me know that, I'm ready for you. Now get up and go, convert and ask them, that you want to be baptized. And I got baptized there. And I never looked back ever since. And I remember, having this conversation with my parents before they died. I remember, because, at first I was like, oh, well, maybe, they probably would be upset at me that, oh, now I'm a Christian. I remember having this conversation with my dad. And, I called him and I said, oh, actually he called me and we were just talking. And then I go, oh, Dad, I need to convert you to Christian. And he laughed. It was a huge, laugh. And he was like, oh, really? My father always called me Debussy. Oh, Debussy, you for real? Girl, no. I'll die Muslim. Remember, I didn't bother you when you marry a Christian man because I knew that, as a female,
yes,
I can never push my religion on you.
Yes.
Push yours on me, whatever faith you found. And that was my father's, explanation to me. It was like, look, I get the point.
Yeah.
You're a Christian now. That's okay. Yeah. I was born in a Muslim family.
Yeah.
I was born, I was raised as a Muslim. My father was the one saying this to me.
Yeah.
And then he said, look, I knew that, I cannot force my religion on you. So try not to. And I learned that too from my dad, that, don't try not to force, your religion on people. Let, God, work, in their hearts. And I thank God, that, my father, and I believe that, God knew what he wanted to do in my life, because my father could have objected to that.
Yes.
But remember, as God was working in my heart, it was working in the heart of both my
parents too. Yeah.
Yeah, because they never objected to it for, as far as, coming out as a Christian. They never. And remember, not every Muslim parents are like that.
No, of course.
You know, they're not like that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they will, you know, cry hell.
Yeah. They'll say no.
You know, but for my parents, I remember both of them went to, you know, Hajj.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, you know, they were born and raised in
Muslim,
hardcore, you know, Muslim family. But they never for a second make me feel that, you know, oh, are you kidding me? You were born and raised a Muslim, and this is what, you know, never. So it was easier for me to you know, move forward and say, you know what, yes, this is what I want, because God, you know, as it was working in my heart, it was working in my parents' heart too.
That's nice.
But I remember telling God too that, you said in your word that, you know, you don't want, you know, people to die without, you know, believing in you. And part of my prayers that time was, you know, for, you know, God to, you know, touch my parents' heart. They didn't convert to Christianity, you know, but I just, you know, I hope that time that, you know, at least they can, you know, have, you know, some kind of impact of Christianity in their life, you know, before they die. I don't know if that happened, but, you know, I remember, you know, praying that prayer for my parents. And so, and I still have, you know, family members that are, you know, Muslim too. A lot of them, you know, so.
If you have the opportunity to talk to the 10-year-old you, like a younger version of you that is in that, because I know at some point you'll be fascinated, you'll be drawn to, I know, like you said, the Bible, the images, you'll be a little bit drawn to that, like, okay, I need to learn more about this, but at the same time I have to do this religion. But you're still fascinated by the Christian, the Bible, like you described it, which I do know that Bible also. So if you have if you have the opportunity to advise that person right now, what will you say to them?
Well, you know what you can tell, you know, a 10-year-old is different from what you can tell an adult.
That's true.
You can, you know, honestly let, you know, the children, you know, be children by just, you know, just the same way my parents did not force me. You can introduce, you know, children in a little way, just like I said. That, you know, Bible, that imaging Bible was, you know, a huge thing in my life. Sometimes, you know, it may be, you know, maybe cartoon. You know, video cartoon of, you know, Christian, you know, image, you know, and things like that. Just let them watch it, because, you know, I've realized in many years that, you know, if you force your, you know, doctrine on people will run opposite direction. But sometimes you have to allow people to grow into what you know, trying to, you know, show them or tell them. By just sometimes you just have to, you know, be, you know, quiet sometimes.
Yes.
I think, you know, being Christian, sometimes we push too much.
Yes,
of what, you know, our beliefs into people. I'm serious.
Yes, we do.
You know, sometimes you just have to let people know God walk into it. Sometimes you can even, just like the same way that, you know, I felt that, you know, God was helping me in my heart. You can pray for that person too.
Yes.
Without even you pushing that person.
Yes.
You know, you can pray, you know, and tell God, you know, to just touch and,
their hearts.
You know, after, you know, His way in their life that, you know, we impact them, that, you know, they will be the one trying to seek God.
Yes.
You understand? So
yes.
for a little 10-year-old, please do not push them. But you can, you know, give them, you know, an alternative, you know, thing. Meaning, just like me, that, you know, Bible, animated, you know, Bible, you know, storybook, or maybe, you know, video, you know, with, you know, animation, with, you know, little, you know, children, you know, talking about God. You'll be surprised, you know, what children can, you know, achieve as a, you know, as a little kid. You know, but, you know, hey, there's other, you know, alternative. Some people, they prefer, you know, teaching children, because sometimes, you know, yeah, when you teach, you know, they understand, you know, like, you know, repetitive, you know, things, you know, yeah. But, you know, there are some, not every kid, you know, can, you know, tune into what you want to say.
Yeah.
So you deal with, you know, each, you know, children in a different way. There are some children, you just have to, you know, keep teaching them, you know, Sunday school, you know, Bible, and they get it. Some other children,
that brings me to my next question. Now that you're grown and now that you're a Christian, is there a particular person that actually sat you down to teach you the Bible, or you dissected the Bible yourself, got the understanding yourself?
Actually, you know, I go to, you know, fellowship, you know, bi-weekly, you know, fellowship.
Okay.
And, you know, from there,
like
you know,
Bible
I
class
actually, you know, learned,
Like Bible class and all that, right?
Not Bible class.
Okay.
You know, it's more or less like, the first one that I used to go, was it's been a long time ago. It was like, yeah, like you said, Bible, class, but in people's houses.
Okay.
We read the Bible,
Okay.
and we pray for each other.
Okay.
I did it for a long time. I remember when I was in Chicago City before I moved to the suburb.
Okay.
We used to do that a lot. So that helped too. And then, moving to the suburb, I still maintain it. I do not all the time. I'm not going to over exaggerate that. Oh, I go to Bible, to fellowship. No. But when God permits me, I try my best to go. Then after, I remember, 2011, after, my breakup with my ex-husband, I remember, I didn't question God about, why my life was the way. No, never. I never did that. I just, remember that, it was, a friend of mine, American friend of mine, actually. We go to the same church, but I didn't know her that well. And I remember, her coming to me one day. I was, in church, sitting down, before, I think it was before the church service. And I go to, Christian Life Center right now. It's called CLC in Tinley Park, Illinois. That's where I go. I've been going there now for 15 years now. Because I left, Redeem after we left in Chicago. So I started going to Christian Life. So I've been with Christian Life up to now.
Okay.
So, and it's it's a mixture of Caucasian, African American,
like an all nation church.
All nation church, yeah. Okay. So anyway, I remember sitting down in church, and this my girlfriend Shani, I can never forget her. We're still friends up to today. I remember her coming to me and introducing herself, because she knew that I'm an African. Because she has heard me talk, and she knew I'm an African. But we've never really talked with each other before. So she came to introduce herself, and we became friends since that time. And I remember her telling me, she came to visit me at my house. She said, "Oh, you know what? That she's going to this African fellowship house and I immediately dismissed it. I was like, no, forget it. I'm not interested in that. And she's like, no. This particular house fellowship is really good. It's not. I knew you're not the kind of person that is into this. Because I don't like to go to fellowship because I want to go there. Or because because a lot of group of people are there. Because of that, I want to I want to go there so I can learn things.
Yes.
Yeah. If I'm not going to get anything out of it, if it's just gossip or anything like that, I'm not into it. I'm not interested. So I told her, I said, "Oh, no, forget." And she's like, "Oh, no, BC, you don't like it. Okay, why don't you try it? Go with me one time. If you don't like it, you don't have to come. Nobody knows you anyway." Some of our church members do go there. So I said, "Okay, fine." So, no, I actually didn't say fine. I said, no. So that day she came to my house and she's like, "This is going to go today." Okay. So I said, "Okay, fine." So we went. And believe you or not, I did like it. Okay. Because it was, fellowship of, everybody, we're all professionals. I mean, doctors, lawyers, nurses, everybody. We, everybody, we're professional people. Not, they're not there for some nonsense. They're there, to learn the word of God, to put in their own request of prayer, point, each other, and, pray for one another. You understand? So when I went there, I remember, I saw like, almost like, 40 Nigerian, no, not Nigerians, sorry, 40, people there. Caucasian, Nigerians, people from the Caribbean, people from, talk about it. It's everywhere in that house. But it was a Nigerian, physician. Family. Okay. Yeah, that, hosted, the Bible study and the fellowship. We call it fellowship. It's bi-weekly, every Saturday, but every other Saturday. So I remember going in there and I saw everybody and I'm like, oh. But I didn't say a word. But this is the host, of the Bible, fellowship. Knew me because we go to the same church together. I didn't know her personally or very well. Okay. But she knew me enough to remind me that oh, BC, hi, how are you? This is Dr. Akinton. Remember me? At CLC Church. You always, with your ex-husband, and you never say a word, but you sit down in front. And I always come by there and say, BC and boy. And I remember that the moment she said, I said, oh, she's the one that always, because I remember, sitting down, every Sunday with my ex-husband, and this lady, I don't know who she was, that time, she would always said, hi, BC and boys. That's the reason why I remember her.
Okay.
So, and then she said, when she said that, so I laughed. I said, oh, it's you. No. She said, you know what? Not until today, I never thought you can talk. I said, why would you say so? She said, because every time I see you, you're always beside you, but you're always quiet. I said, believe me, I talk. I said, I talk. But, I don't have any reason to say anything. There's no point. So then, we went through that, fellowship. We learn about, gospel. And then, at the end of the day, they asked everybody, for their prayer request. And, everybody were pitching. I don't think that day, I don't think I said anything. I'm more or less, and even if you don't have prayer requests, you still have to pray for somebody.
Pray for somebody.
That's the way they do with it. No matter what, everybody has to pray for somebody.
I like that.
So
because
they will call upon you, and you don't know the person. They will just give you the person's needs, and then in front of everybody, then you have to pray. Okay. Can you imagine if you don't know how to pray?
Yeah. So that will force you to learn your Bible. That will encourage you at home to get yourself prepared.
So I was like, what is this? So anyway, you learn, then you learn to not only, get out of your selfish behavior. You learn to pray for somebody else.
Others, yes.
So I learned, I really learned a lot from that fellowship, and I enjoy going there. I don't go there all the time. Because sometimes I'm at work, but now that Zoom is in place, so they make sure everybody go, and I still don't go. And Dr. Akino Tony, we always call and say, please on Zoom. I'm like, don't worry about it. You will see me next time.
Because so anyway, we're pressed on time. Right. I have my last question is,
okay.
When you look back, have you ever had any moment where you sit back and say, why did I even convert? This is not
no.
Maybe
you mean Christianity?
Yes.
Never.
Okay. So
never.
No regrets at all.
No regret at all, because you know what? Like I said, for everything that happened in my life, whether good or bad, God has always been there.
Yes.
So I've never, for one day questioned, that oh, why am I in this religion? No, never. I have never. Maybe tomorrow, I don't know yet, but for now.
but for today, no. I really like that, and I bless God for your life. Because with Zoom, we have to keep to time, or they'll cut us off. Anyway, I am so honored that when I called you, said you agreed to do this. I am so happy. I'm so excited that you're.
The pleasure is mine too. Anytime.
Thank you so much.
And happy birthday, my dear friend.
Thank you. Yeah, today's my birthday, December 30.
I
know. Hooray! Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So
my love to everybody.
Yes, so I'm gonna just allow you to introduce yourself one more time, then we can end the show. So once again, like I always say, whatever it is, whatever religion you're doing that encourages you, that helps you, stick with it. If you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, if you're a Buddhist, if you're an atheist, whatever it is that works for you, continue to do it. And just to round this up, I'm going to have my guest introduce herself one more time. My beautiful sister.
My name is Adebisi Showole. Bye.
Thank you so much. And once again, my name is Shalewa Dosumo. I just want to say thank you for today, and we will continue this at different time. Have a wonderful day and stay blessed.